Looking to see who's here. Nobody's here yet. Somebody's here. I got one thumbs up. Who could it be lurking? There we go. Starting to roll in. All right, guys, I won't keep y'all very long. I just wanted to give you an update on News Now OKC. Wow, 200 people, that in 30 seconds. Wow, that's crazy. I wanted to give you guys an update on News Now OKC, Tim Harper. His attorney yesterday had filed a writ of habeas corpus because of the bond amount. I mean, a normal bond on a situation like this is only $2,500. The particular charge that he's charged with is like the bottom rung of felonies in the state of Oklahoma. It is stupid that they would try to do this $100,000 bond, but the lawyer went in with a writ of habeas corpus. By the way, guys, yeah, there you go, Langley. I appreciate it. Post his GoFundMe link, please. You guys, I haven't had a chance to go back and look before I got on here. I've got like 1,000 things going on, but the last time I looked, you guys had donated over $1,000 to help Tim out. I appreciate it. Good work, guys. Good work. So his initial bond was $100,000. I am not kidding. The judge set a bond of $100,000 cash. No surety bond. It had to be cash. Now, I'm sure that judge has that kind of money laying around, and it's just chump change to him. But, the average working person doesn't have that money, and they know that, and that's the whole point. Teach him a lesson. Keep him in jail. Show him his place. Show us our place. Again, and this is all retaliation. They're just using him because he's associated with Patrick, and they're pissed off at Patrick because he caught them slipping and he didn't make them look bad. They made themselves look bad. So the writ of habeas corpus did very little good. I don't know if the lawyers are going to appeal it or what they're going to do just yet. But they did make some headway. The judge will now allow for a $100,000 surety bond, which means they've got to have $10,000 and some property that's worth a substantial amount of money in order to pull this off. Additionally, the judge set some parameters for his bond, which I'll go over here in just a minute. Now, I want to make something clear. Tim did not enter the establishment. Okay. He came in the front doors, and then they have an area where you have to wait to go seated, whatever. The manager stopped him at that point and said, "Hey, we don't want you in here with the rifle." All right. He exited the building immediately, which is what is required under Oklahoma law. So the judge now allows a $100,000 surety bond with some conditions. And I'm going to read you the conditions just to show you what this police union tyrants have come up with. Also, there was an auditor that was going to go there today, and he was warned that if he showed up for that court, he would be arrested because he had talked badly about the judge in a live stream. I'm not kidding. I'm not kidding. So here are, if he can come up with $10,000 and some property to secure his bond, here are the conditions that are placed upon him for bond. Accused shall not possess any firearm. Okay, that's pretty typical if you're arrested on a felony charge. When you make bond, they will say you can't have firearms. That's not unusual. Accused shall not post on social media regarding firearms or pending charges. This judge is saying, hey, you can't go out and use social media to profess your innocence. That is stupid. The press up there is frying him. They're calling him a racist. They're calling him a gun nut. They're calling him all kinds of stuff. But the judge is going to forbid him from defending himself publicly. No communications by accused with the media. He can't do any interviews. He can't respond to anything the media is saying about him. Now, keep in mind that potential jurors are seeing everything that the media is putting out about him. But he can't defend himself publicly. He cannot attend or speak at any public events. He cannot attend any gun shows or go to gun stores. He has to wear a GPS ankle monitor, and he has to surrender all firearms belonging to the accused to his attorney, and that's it. You know, Tim has no criminal history. He's never been convicted of any crime that I know of. Hold on, somebody's saying unban WTT. WTT is not banned as far as I know. If y'all see WTT in there, unban him. I don't see him banned. He's not on the ban list. Tim has never been convicted of a crime that I know of. Maybe some speeding tickets or something stupid like that. But this is far and away excessive. Far and away excessive. And whoever labeled him a racist, and we know who it was. It was the person that took a picture of him in the restaurant called him a racist. I expect that they will be facing some very, very strict scrutiny. Very likely, maybe even some civil action against them from Tim. This thing of painting people as racists, or what the naysayers, they always have to paint you with the worst brush possible to discredit you publicly. You'll hear people call me everything from a government snitch to a child molester to, just God knows what. I've heard, over the years, it has been unbelievable the things that people have said about me that were 1,000% untrue. And these people are running around hollering, oh, we're all about the truth. And I'm specifically talking about Merb's bunch, the Manson Merb cult. That bunch over there is the biggest bunch of liars I have ever seen in my life. And yet all they do is say, we're all about the truth. We're all about the truth. We're all about showing the facts. And they'll show you something, read it to you, and then lie about what it says. It is unbelievable. And that is exactly what they're doing to Tim up there in Oklahoma. I know Tim. I've worked with Tim. I've talked to Tim extensively. I've broke bread with Tim. Tim's a good guy. He's hardworking. He holds two or three jobs at any given time. Real good guy. Would not hurt a fly. And it pains me to see him going through this. I believe what they're trying to do is flip him. I honestly believe that's what they're doing. Now, okay, I have to choose my words carefully here. As part of my ongoing current case, I have been able to get the current Fusion Center report on me, which, by the way, is voluminous. And part of what we asked for was a list of all past and current ongoing counterintelligence operations. Now, my attorney had to sign a non-disclosure agreement to get that, and I didn't sign it. So my intention, we got it as part of the subpoena, so my intention is to publish it. However, once I said that previously, and Big Boots, I'll get to that in just a second. What they told my attorney is that he can't let me physically copy anything, or that's a violation of the non-disclosure that he signed, and that they would prosecute him for that. But I will tell you that I have had access to it, reviewed it, seen it, and I now know who's who in this movement. Now know who the snitches are. I now know who the government informants are, and I now know who a good portion of the actual government operatives are. For instance, if you are in the state of Texas and you are trusting somebody like Mexican Padilla, good luck. Good luck to you. Big Boots, you asked me what would they flip him for. They're trying to flip him to have him work against Patrick. I don't know what they think he could testify to, because Patrick doesn't break the law. But they're going to try to get something to use to prevent or to hurt Patrick's criminal civil rights complaint that he is making this week with his attorney, and or his civil case, because he is suing, and that has already been filed, the state of or the city of Oklahoma City, and the mass transit, and the sergeant that attacked him and allegedly attacked him, and I forget who else was included in it. So I suspect that they want to flip him and try to get him to testify on their behalf or work against Patrick, or God only knows. You're dealing with people that are so corrupt, they just assume everybody else is corrupt. And I can tell you, Tim is not corrupt. And there is no doubt in my mind that he is not going to flip. He's not going to lie. He's not going to cheat. And he's not going to go out there and try to entrap people. I don't see it happening. I believe he has more character than that. If they want to come and try to flip me, I got 2 words for them. I had 2 words for them. One of them starts with F, and the other one ends with U. I think that about covers it. Like I said, you guys, appreciate y'all donating to help him out. He can't speak, so he's going to have people speak for him. They have taken away his voice. In addition to taking his freedom, they've taken away his voice. And it is these corrupt judges. It is disgusting. How do they justify telling an accused person that you have to stand there and have people call you a racist and call you a criminal and say all this stuff, but you can't respond? You have to just stand there and let them publicly thrash you without response. How does an impartial judge, remember, judges are supposed to be to balance the scales. How does an impartial judge come up with that? They don't. He doesn't have an impartial judge. And there is no way in that court that he will get a fair trial. You cannot convince me he can get a fair trial. And we're still digging on this judge, but I am hearing, it's unconfirmed at this point, but I'm hearing that the police union was a big supporter of this judge. He got a recommendation from the police union, so we'll get down to the bottom of that. We're pulling all kinds of records on this judge right now. We're digging deep. And there's more. We're just starting. But this is what happens when you have police unions, the Fraternal Order of Police, when they're not going to give their endorsement to a judge that's going to come down heavy on cops that get accused of crimes. They're not going to give their endorsement to a district attorney who's running on a platform of prosecuting crooked cops, because that's not what they want. They want the cover up. They want the judges that are going to give them every break possible to try and keep them from losing their job or going to jail or getting convicted of anything. They want the district attorneys that won't bring the charges to start with. And that has been an ongoing problem for years. This is why we've been so hard pressed to get somebody charged when they did wrong. And it's got to change. And it is changing. It is changing. We're seeing changes. We're seeing more. There have been more police officers prosecuted in the last 12 months for wrongdoing than I have seen ever. Now, maybe it just gets reported more than, or maybe it's happening more. I like to believe it's happening more. I like to believe that district attorneys are starting to do the damn jobs. Because I can tell you police departments won't. And, here in Texas Rangers won't. Attorney General won't. It's disgusting. But going back to the Tim thing here, I'm sorry, I'm getting sidetracked. I get kind of passionate about this stuff, and it's really irritating to me. Somebody was asking me the judge's name. The judge's name is Judge Elliott. So I don't know what to do at this point to help Tim out any more than what we're doing, raising money. He has gotten word that, we're out here, we're rooting for him, we're pulling for him. So at this point, there's not a lot else we can do. I believe that the attorney, I'll talk to his attorney first of the week, but I believe he is actually, again, appealing and attempting to get a change of venue, get out of that judge's court, because the judge has shown biased. He's shown a preponderance of bias. And so hopefully, they can do that. Maybe they'll appeal a little further up the line and get it overturned. Like I said, there is and so there's some attorneys out here that are going to call me out on this because I'm probably going to get it wrong. But here in Texas, there's a scale for bond. Okay. So unless there are other mitigating circumstances, like, you commit 5 or 6 crimes, or you threaten to kill somebody. Plano Dean, is News Now Houston demonetized? Yes, News Now Houston is demonetized. But I didn't do this for the money anyway. It's not about the money. It never has been. Despite what everybody will tell you, it's not about the clicks and views. It's about getting the message out and affecting change. So, your bond on some kind of crime might be $1,000 to $3,000, and that's where they set your bond at. And if they come in and set $100,000 bond, that's not going to fly. That's not going to fly at all, without other mitigating circumstances. Now, again, this charge is not unheard of in Oklahoma, but as far as I've been able to find, there has never been a bond amount like this on a charge like this, ever in the state of Oklahoma. So that alone speaks for itself. The police unions, they own the judges. They own the judges. That's it. And Oklahoma's bad. Arkansas is worse. Louisiana is the absolute worst. If you want to hold any kind of political position in the state of Louisiana, you need the endorsement of the Fraternal Order of Police. There may be some elections that get won without it, but I hadn't seen any, and I monitored that for quite a while after my Pineville arrest. So Oklahoma is very similar, but we got to find a way to push back on the police unions. It's got to happen. It's got to happen. It's if we don't, then hold on a second. I'm reading something. Yes, I'm well aware of who's up there in Oklahoma and is helping out. I'm in touch with the guys up there. We've got to get police unions out of the police departments. You know, I'm not anti-union. Okay, unions were originally, you know, the whole concept of unions was to secure safe working conditions for people. I'm all for it. You know, secure a living wage for people. Got no issue with that. All right, but when you start using the power of the unions to corrupt departments and basically to become organized crime, to retaliate against people, to attack people. That's not what unions are for. That was not what it was about. And all these police unions, there are, I believe it's the AFL-CIO that gives them their charter. We've got to start going after them. Start going after them. Get them to revoke their charters. When a chief of police can't fire a police officer that has done wrong, something has got to change. San Antonio a couple years ago, I can't pull it up because I'm not on OBS. I'm not doing this that way, but San Antonio a couple years ago, police officer gave a homeless man basically a turd sandwich. All right, gets caught, gets found out. Chief of police fires him. 18 months later, the union, get through collective bargaining and negotiations, gets him his job back. Within a month, he did the exact same thing again to a detective. This time they fired him and he stayed fired because he had victimized another officer. But he stayed fired from San Antonio PD, but he went to another department, you know, gypsy cops. I don't know, you know, why wasn't he prosecuted? Why didn't the Bexar County District Attorney prosecute him? Because he belongs to the San Antonio Police Union, a very, very powerful police union in that area. There it is. These police unions are in Austin, rallying for laws that work for them, not for us. They would never rally for a law that took power away from them or held them, you know, accountable for misdeeds. You know, the attitude of police in America today was on display recently. The Fraternal Order of Police and its members. You guys remember Pee Wee Herman? You know, Joe Grimaldi? We're tired of having targets on our backs. We know who these activists are, and we're going to start holding them accountable. We're going to start stalking them, and yeah. They voted him into the number 2 position with the Fraternal Order of Police. That says a lot about how police in America and members of the Fraternal Order of Police feel about you and I and people who care about this country, genuinely care about this country and the direction it's going, and care about the Constitution. They voted him into the number 2 spot. Think about that. I actually did a video about it. I think that got posted on my son's channel. All right, guys. I think that's it. Like I said, I'm sorry to ramble. I get in here and I get irritated and start going off. That's not my intention. I need to stay on task here. Again, thank you for all the help that you've given, Tim. Again, those of you that are still looking, somebody poked, hold on, AFL-CIO local 783. Yeah, okay. Mods, if y'all could post. Hold on, Landley is saying Tim is out. Hold on a second. Let me do a quick investigating here. Tim is out. We're getting, well, hold on now. I don't have confirmation. Selena's just sent me a thing. According to Picture Perfect. Oh, all right. It's confirmed. Tim is out. Woohoo! And he got out while I'm doing a live stream. Oh, man. Okay, guys. Okay, you can't see him. Thank you, Dean Fitters, Local Union 420. Hey, guys, again, I'm not bad-mouthing, not bad-mouthing unions, okay? It's not about unions per se. I'm talking about police unions that protect crooked cops, that protect bad cops, okay? I am not anti-union at all, okay? And then the next thing I'm going to see in the chat here is going to be the trolls coming in saying, oh, yeah, you're anti-cop, you're anti-cop. As I've always stated, and anybody ever tells you differently, you can call them a liar for me. I am not anti-police. Not anti-police at all. I am anti-bad cop. It's that simple. And I'm the first to admit that the vast majority of the cops that I have dealt with, even the ones that did wrong, it wasn't because they were bad cops. It was because they were poorly trained. And, that's an issue of funding and that needs to be addressed, but something else. But the bad cops, the gypsy cops, they got to go. They got to go right along with the unions. They got to go. There's an article out there. Matter of fact, I'll find it and review it for you. There's an article out of California where they got a hold of a list of cops, active duty, serving out on the street police officers in California that are convicted felons. You got that? Convicted of criminal acts, and they're out in the street. Manslaughter, DWI. I think some of them had sex crimes. Just crazy stuff. And these people should not be police officers. But thank you, collective bargaining. Thank you, police unions. They don't lose their job. There's not a system in California for decertification of police officers. Why is that? Who do you think made sure that didn't come about? That is it, guys. I want to get out of here and see if I can get in touch with Tim and make sure he's doing all right. Guys, I appreciate your jumping in here. Man, it was almost like 800 people here. I'm not used to talking to such a large audience. I'm not a public speaker. It's not what I do. But again, still, we've got Tim out now. But remember, he still may need some funding to help him out. So if you would, go over there and donate. Help him out. And I will give you some updates as soon as I have them. Appreciate you guys as always. Words have I just don't have the words for all that you guys do to back me up and to back up the people that do what we do when it's appropriate. And it means a lot. It means a lot. I hear a lot of you out there saying that you can't do what I do. You don't have to, because I can't do it alone. It's a team effort. I've said this for years. It's a team effort. I'm the front guy. I'm the tip of the spear, but I can't do it without all of you. Thanks, guys. I will see you again soon. And I'll get you some updates as quick as I can. Y'all be safe and have a good night.